All right, just checking in, checking in, checking in, checking in, checking in, checking in. Doing what, doing what, doing what, doing, I do need you. So on and so forth. All right, so. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoops, daisies. That was some groovy music going on here. Groovy, baby, groovy, yeah. Absolutely groovy, baby. Groovy, yeah. Oh, behave. Right. Okay. All right. There we go. And just sorting things out before we get started. Does this camera angle look good, or was it better just before? Was it better looking down at me a bit, or perhaps looking up? You guys could probably let me know. So, there, right here. Yeah. I'd say we're in a good spot. All right, so all that's good to go. And just checking things out. This won't be a long one, but people are welcome to come on in, have a conversation. All right, so just sorting things out. Might as well put one here. All right, and getting back to it. Right. So happy Palm Sunday, everybody. Fun fact: Minister was not using the palms for the palm crosses because it was a way of saying that. Just to caution that at the time, the Jews and the Romans were having this tense case of nationalism, and the palms were a nationalist sign of the Jews at the time. So he kind of removed them to try to promote kind of peace. I mean, I get what you're trying to say, but me and others are just thinking, bring the palms back next year. Just something to keep in mind. Anyway, let's address some of the topics at hand. I don't have long with this, but I thought I might as well mention these out in case anyone was in any way, case or form, interested. I don't know if anyone's going to bother joining in, but you never know. Someone could. Let's see. So I suppose I should get right to it. Let's see. Oh, yes. Got some good news. Okay, so in fact, give me a moment. So, right, 105 at the box office. There we go. Yes, I've been hearing plenty of story go around in regards to various films that have beaten Snow White at the box office. I mean, in hindsight, this should not surprise anyone, really. It should not surprise anybody because I mean, this movie's had it coming. Like it's earned the failure. And there's so many funny little stories about what kind of movies have beaten the Snow White 2025 movie at the box office. There's started off with A Working Man beats Snow White at the box office, which has so many, so much ironic undertones to it if you understand the context of the reputation that these films have been building up. There's also the fact that a Minecraft movie has been dominating the Snow White movie at the box office. And that's just a final nail in the coffin. It just goes to show that even though that Minecraft movie is not that great, it's offering the kind of thing that audiences actually want. and the families that can actually enjoy it to some degree. I know there's people out there who say like the Minecraft movie, oh, it's worse than Snow White. Is it? Is it really? I'll let you think about it. Hold on a second. I need to rinse time out. Hold on a minute. That's better. Right. Okay, back to this. So, people have been talking about like the Minecraft movie, how it's offering the kind of entertainment that, well, I mean, it's it's succeeding at the box office, and it shows that people actually want a movie that has heart. I mean, a Minecraft movie is it's not really that great, but it is actually offering something that that audiences have been looking for, and I don't think I'd go as far as to say like the Minecraft movie is worse than the Snow White movie. I wouldn't go that far. I mean, I know people are going to disagree with me, but think about it. Like the Snow White movie is very tonally, it's very tone deaf and confused in regards to the overall message it was trying to portray. Whereas the Minecraft movie has more of an inspirational message about taking inspiration from creativity to um, improve your life. Like that's great. I mean, it's not the most well portrayed message, but it's better than what Snow White was trying to do with like trying to intersect communism into a feudalistic setting. If you get what I mean, it's just so ridiculous. And also interesting is that not only is a Minecraft movie and a working man beating the Snow White movie at the box office, but that animated movie I saw recently, The King of Kings by Angel Studios, apparently that's also beating Snow White at the box office. In times like this, like with Working Man, a Minecraft movie, and The King of Kings, I can't help but think of that meme with the Count Dankula where he goes, "Oh no, what happened? Oh, that's terrible. Oh, how awful. Oh no." it's the kind of thing where like in hindsight, yeah, it makes sense. Any movie could be a movie that truly awful. But something else you need to realize that like Disney, the once great entertainment juggernaut, it's now being beat by the kind of entertainment that people actually want, despite all the marketing that you'd see on like washing liquid on on some buses. I kid you not, and on like posters in some stores. Like, despite how corporately advertised the Snow White movie is, it has failed. Like these corporate morons are so out of touch, and I suppose a Minecraft movie is actually being in touch with what the children actually want because they're succeeding with like McDonald's and toy shops and so on and so forth. It's interesting to see that the King of Kings movie, that a Korean animated CGI movie about Charles Dickens telling the gospel story to his son, that is being a more of a box office success than Snow White. Even though King of Kings hasn't had years worth of anticipation, for lack of a better term, compared to the Snow White movie. I think that says a lot in regards to reputation of humility and just be, being of good character, if you get what I mean. Um, so safe to say, I mean, we all knew it was going to happen, but it's quite enlightening just to see how exactly this modern Snow White movie has been beaten. And yeah, just go watch the original instead. And I did mention in a previous live stream that Tolkien wasn't very fond of the original Snow White movie, but the original has its charm. Anyway, want to move on to another pressing topic, because this actually correlates with what's been going on as of recently. Basically, there's been word going around about Ubisoft doubling down on the digital streaming services, further pushing the claim that you will own nothing and you will be happy. And there's people pushing back against that, even going as far as to say, well, if we don't own anything, then piracy isn't stealing. And thinking about it, now that I think about it, that just adds an even further double standard to John Lennon's Imagine song. You know that lyric where he says, "Imagine no possessions"? Oh, great. So if there are no possessions, that I can take anything I want. Like I can take your instruments. I can like take your food for myself. I can take your car. Baby, I could take your car. I could take your house. I could take your bed. Because if we don't own anything, then you can't accuse anyone of thievery. It's something to think about, right? Look, I'm not trying to endorse piracy. It's just a logical contradiction that needs to be pointed out. Because basically there's been this push for everything to be digitized. It's all corporatized, and these people can shut down any games that people have saved up to purchase for years on end, and it can just be gone just like that. And it gets even worse with microtransactions, like saving up, building up, and buying in for all these different games, and then all of a sudden, game gone, and alongside everything your finances have been building up to up until that point. And it's infuriating. It's gone to the point where, if I remember correctly, that there's the European government is actually stepping in to combat this absurd corporate practice. And I'm noticing a pattern here, especially with Ubisoft. Ubisoft keeps making these evil corporate decisions, and various law groups have to step in and say no. Put the foot down, say no. Like first it was the Japanese Prime Minister with Assassin's Creed Shadows, and now it's the European law, if I'm not mistaken, stepping in to prevent this digitized streaming, owning nothing baloney. So I'm glad to hear about that. Speaking of video games, been looking into the whole controversy about the Nintendo Switch 2. And apparently the former lead of Nintendo, Reggie Fils-Aime, if I'm pronouncing the name correctly, he's been stepping in, wading into Switch 2 pricing debate by subtweeting Nintendo over packing games. Let me show you the article that I've just found. So share the screen, and here we go. All right, so check this out. Reggie Fils-Aime wades into Switch 2 pricing debate by subtweeting Nintendo over pack in games. The welcome tour demo to be sold for $10. Now, Reggie, from what I've heard, was the man who was responsible for insisting that Wii Sports be implemented into the Nintendo Wii consoles for free. That's why you had Wii Sports as a free disc with the Wii console. And he had to push and to even allow that sort of thing to begin. And typically with consoles, even the PlayStation 5, which originally came out at the same price as we see with the Nintendo Switch 2 now, even that had the free demo with Astro's Playroom, which was this homage to Sony's previous efforts and establishing the new mascot. And that was before they made the full award-winning game. So even that, they even had a demo there, but Nintendo Switch 2 is insisting that their demo be $10. Like, what? This is a demo. A demo's meant to be for free. So let's read. Former Nintendo of America boss, Reggie Fils-Aime, has body slammed his way into the discussion around Switch 2 pricing with a string of posts on social media highlighting his decision during the Wii era to make Wii Sports a free pack-in game, as I've said. Posting on X last night, Fils-Aime did not mention the Switch 2 specifically, but the timing and context of his tweets, a series of clips from an IGN video interview discussing pack-in game initiatives he spearheaded, made his meaning clear. as a reminder, Switch 2's announcement live stream from Nintendo were met with a constant stream of comments demanding the company drop the console prices. Yes, drop the prices, drop the prices, drop the prices, drop the prices. And that was before Nintendo paused its pre-order plans in the US and Canada in the face of tariffs that could push the cost of the system even higher. Yeah, that's another thing I've been hearing. People across the internet have been saying, "Oh, Trump is to blame for the tariffs." Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but from what I've heard, Jack Bowser himself, this leading man, and yes, his name is literally Jack Bowser, by the way. Jack Bowser, this CEO figure for Nintendo of America, has actually confirmed in an interview openly that the Nintendo Switch 2 was originally going to be sold at a high price even before the tariffs were placed into the economy. So that just makes the problem worse, because if they were going to make the Nintendo Switch 2 ridiculously expensive before the tariffs, well, I presume the tariffs are just going to make things even worse. And it's all Nintendo of America's fault, or whoever's decision it was. Right. There has been criticism for Nintendo's decision to charge £75 here in the UK or $80 for Mario Kart World. Yeah, here's the thing. A lot of people, some people on the internet, don't really have a problem with the price of the Nintendo Switch 2 console itself, because that's pretty much the pricing of the Nintendo Switch 2 that we see now. It was approximately about the same price as the PlayStation 5 when it initially was released to be sold. I did my research via ChatGPT to confirm that. But so the problem isn't even with the consoles. The problem is with the ridiculous accessories in the combining of their pricings and how worthless the whole subscription system is for stuff that's already inbuilt into the console. And then, of course, there's the games. Like, at the most expensive, and yeah, there have been shifts to make games gradually more and more expensive, and it's understandable. Like, a shift in technology and technology advancing and the update in graphics and stuff like that. I mean, I understand that, but at the same time, nowadays you would expect like high quality games to be like £50 at most, and then people would for some silly reason go out of their way to like spend £80-90 to spend on special editions of games like, say, Tekken 8 or Monster Hunter Wilds. I purchased a physical copy of Monster Hunter Wilds for about £55 or something like that, give or take. That was fine by me. I mean, the thing is, like, it's guaranteed to be more expensive than a movie, because you're actively engaging with it. It's an interactive input. It's an understandable price, but £75 for the base game, that's absurd. I mean, this game had better be exceptional, and I would imagine the game needs to have had like everything included into the game, because what happens if they sell a game at that high a price and then they add in DLC later? It's just going to get even more ridiculously expensive than it needed to be. And I get it. Like, the Nintendo Switch 2 does have like all these implementations in there. Bigger screen, bigger controllers, higher quality screen, etc. Yeah, I get it. But the games, like, why? Anyway, a new high price point for the company, though one it has subsequently defended as being justified by the game's content, an example of being new variable pricing for its games. And finally, many fans have said Nintendo should pack in Switch 2 Welcome to our game experience. Yeah, it needs to be free. Should Switch 2 Welcome to be a pack-in game? Fans reignited the debate last night by tweeting the story of Wii Sports pack-in, and then a clip when he makes clear that the decision to include Wii Sports on the Wii console was an initiative that came from him alone, which really begs the question, why did Reggie leave in the first place? It's an understatement to say Mr. Miyamoto pushed back. Phil Amid says during the interview, highlighting that his idea was not universally beloved. I proceeded to tick off Mr. Miyamoto off again by suggesting we bundle Wii Play with the Wii Remote. Phil's Emmy says in the second clip, and he was not happy about that either. And the results, Phil's Emmy then posted the third clip that contains the following recollection of himself. In the Americas and Europe, Wii Sports was packed in with the Wii proposition. It was not in Japan, which created a bit of a test market, but it was obvious that in the markets where Wii Sports was packed, that Wii became much more of a phenomenon. Right, because they got to experience what the system was capable of with fun family games for free here. Yes, Wii Sports itself became much more of a phenomenon. Yeah, one of the best-selling games ever made. And we did pack the remote with Wii Play, and I think it became the fifth best-selling piece of software in the history of the Wii console. All right. So that's enough about that. So yeah, needless to say, it's still ongoing, and they're still debating the prices. But that's not the only thing we need to be aware of. Basically, there's implications about the physical media, and the fact there's rumors going around that despite the backwards compatibility, the Switch One games may not all the Switch One games, like about 100 or so Switch One games may not work on the Nintendo Switch 2 console, which really puts the Nintendo Switch 2's capacity into question. And also, been hearing that Fantastic Four's got a lot of red flags. It's not looking good. But enough about me. Let's get the one and only Dave Cullen to discuss all about it. Dave Cullen, take it away. Oh, sorry. I forgot to add that to the stage. And would you know it? There's an advert for The Chosen. Nice.
Our laser gotta cut you.
What have you done?
Sooner or later, gotta cut you.
Oh, it's in cinemas right now. Right. I need to go see it. Right. Anyway, this art.
Where we major, but what exactly that
Basically, there's been word of mouth going around about the significant change in character for Johnny Storm, the Human Torch. Basically, they want to make him a beta male character, which completely goes against how he was characterized in the comics, because they just can't stand that kind of masculinity. They can't. Like, they're absolutely scared. I mean, they're so trapped in their own corporate bubble that they have no they can't comprehend the idea that you could write a ladies' man in a way that's compelling, in a way that makes the character somewhat sincere, but they can't allow that because of the ridiculous double standard woke agenda, which absolutely hates a masculine energy.
Kevin Feige were speaking about previous iterations of him and where we are culturally.
For the modern audience.
Where we are culturally.
Oh, man.
Oh, boy. Well, I can say this. We aren't in a good place at the moment culturally when it comes to Hollywood and entertainment in general, for the most part. Nothing, folks. Absolutely nothing has been learned.
Which is a shame. Which is an immense shame. I mean, at this point, Hollywood's gone insane. And as I've heard it once said, insanity is doing the exact same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. That is crazy. What can we say about this? I mean, safe to say, the Superman movie's looking more promising so far. I mean, the movie could succeed despite all these rumors. It could, but I think for the time being, I'm just going to stick with Marvel Rivals, if you ask me. What else is there to say regarding today? There's been, silly shenanigans, people doing idiotic stuff to the foundations of the culture. there's been a lot of silly stuff going on, but it gladdens my heart actually to hear that people are actually becoming more alert, waking up, and realizing the necessity for beauty, the necessity for hope, and the necessity for a better lifestyle. And the dynamic is absolutely shifting, and there's more people. There's a revival this year. I've been told that today, and I've noticed that in the past few months there is a revival happening, and where that revival is going to take us, I mean, I don't know the exact details, but I know it's going to be good. This year is going to be genuinely awesome, I can tell. But I guess we'll just have to wait and see what happens. In the meantime, thank you all so much for tuning in and watching. I don't know who the second viewer is, but very grateful for whoever's tuned in to watch. Feel free to share this out with your friends. Oh, also, one more thing. For the lads at the Evan Prince server, I mean, I only saw like the first 2 episodes of the new Devil May Cry show, and I thought, oh, what's the problem here? But then I found out that the games actually have a more compelling character arcs for Dante and Lady, and I found out a few other details about the show, and I realized, okay, yeah, the show sucks. It's a shame. It is a shame. Yeah, just thought I'd let you know that. Anyway, I'm going to have to head off now. Thank you all so much for tuning in and watching. What do you think of the whole... sorry. One more thing. The pricing of the Nintendo Switch 2 games is very ridiculous. Here's something I would recommend doing. Save up and don't spend your money on the Nintendo Switch 2 games yet. Don't do that until the prices go down. Because if you spend your money on the Nintendo Switch 2 games at that ridiculous price, it's going to cause an echo standard for all the other video game companies to make their games ridiculously expensive. And that's going to negatively impact the gaming industry. So we need to resist. I mean, I'd love to play the Nintendo Switch 2. I would love to do that. But until the games get cheaper, I'm not going to. And neither should you. All right, that's all for real. Thank you, everybody. Have a good Palm Sunday.